best intro on all football channels, no doubt about it, man. I'm here. My name is Yaba Forbes, and I'm joined tonight by Rio Saves Football, and this is the Man United agenda. And we got just an open conversation today about a few matters with Man United, and we'll be interacting with you guys in the comments. So make sure you keep typing. If you're on Twitter, X, or whatever you call it these days, make sure you ask some questions. Jump on, ask a few questions. Ask me, ask Rio, and the same to you guys in the comments as well. But first of all, first things first, press the like. And if you haven't subscribed or followed us, make sure you press the follow as well to follow us or subscribe. I'm talking about TikTok. Subscribe, I mean. There you go. Rio Saves Football. My man, how you doing, bro?
I'm not doing too bad. It's been a week again. Champions League football, Europa League football. We're not involved again, but it's been a nice little break away from Manchester United. So yeah, relaxation. What about yourself?
Yeah, not too bad. Apart from I've got a bit of the change in weather. I've always I tried to avoid it, but you never can quite avoid it. I've got a bit of a flu at the moment, but I'm just battling through at the moment. A bit stuffy and things. So excuse me if I can't speak properly, guys. Rio's here to save me. Save me.
Hopefully. And you know what it might be? It might be the calamity performance on the weekend, and you're suffering from that.
It's my immune system down, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. You need essence of United again. Don't worry.
All right, big up, guys. In the comments, Stephanie Griffiths, no doubt you are one of our favorites. She said, Man United are not the problem, we are the solution. Good, nice one. I like that thinking there. Big up to Mr. POTUS, all the way from Canada. He says, big up, everyone. What a week. Rasmus puts away Brighton Champions League, and here we are fighting. That's another one. All right, we got a great talking point today. Thank you. I didn't know that. Patrick Pillow, did you see? You were with Patrick Pillow, weren't you, Rio?
Yes.
On last Friday.
How you doing, Patrick? Yeah, brilliant guy. Brilliant. Welcome. Brilliant on the show. Really good insight as well. Obviously, different neck of the woods. You know, getting up at certain times earlier than us. Fair play, Patrick. Fair play.
Yeah, I was really impressed, Patrick, with your debut on the Man United agenda. Hopefully, we'll see a lot more of you. Saying here, panel chat legends, cheers. I don't remember what a non-drama United was like. Oh, God, it's that bad. Wise United fan, how are you? Always good to see you. So, good evening, legends. How's the day goes? How goes the day? Oh, how goes the day? The day's going okay. And it's even better now because we are live with the Man United agenda. This must be tonight. So Rasmus is scoring right now as we speak.
No, yeah, last night.
Oh, it's last night. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm Titanium. How you doing? He said, but I heard you were at a lemon party the other night. What's a lemon party? Elaborate on that one, please. I'm Titanium.
Yeah.
The Scrooge brothers are the problem and our useless keeper. And Patrick Miller said, cheers, I appreciate it. It ruined my weekend at 9:30. Guys, just quickly, look, we just introduce the show. What I haven't done and what we failed to do, because I want to interview, it's not a job interview, because he's got the job, but I actually want to get to know Rio Saves Football in more depth. We just had little summaries from the time to time, but this is question time with Yaba Forbes. I want to get to know Rio Saves Football and just know all about you. So are you ready, Rio? I'm going to ask you a few questions.
This feels like I'm on Mastermind, the light bulb above me. Yeah, go for it.
Ria, I must admit, like your love of football, I can see it in you. You're such a great addition to the Man United agenda since you come on. But we met on TikTok, didn't we? We know each other from TikTok, which is a viral app where you can go live and social. But you really engage your audience really well. That's what I love about you. It's like, is this the first time you've been on social media with your TikTok and now with Man United agenda, talking football? Have you always talked football with your friends? And just give us a background about your love of football. When did football get introduced to you as a child?
So we're talking. So weirdly, so I'm from Birmingham, as you can probably tell from the accent.
I could tell.
You get the cliche. Oh, you should be supporting your local team, Birmingham, Villa, blah blah blah. My dad's a Villa fan, believe it or not. But I got brought up around my sister, and my sister was a Manchester United fan. During that era, she used to love David Beckham. So that was her affiliation to Manchester United, and I just gravitated to that. So it wasn't we had Gloria back then, so it might have been gravitational to that. But no, it literally came from that. I had a choice. It was either go to Villa or Manchester United, and it ended up being Manchester United. So it was a very good choice. And yeah, since then I've not looked back. And to go to your question about in terms of my love for the game, I'll watch United as much as possible, but I'll watch football in all shapes and forms. So tonight, Europa League, Champions League, the last 2 nights, and that's been kind of a passion for the longest of times. Yeah.
Do you think there's an overload of football on TV these days? Because when I was growing up, you might get match of the day once a week, but these days football's on every night of the week, and you can watch all around the world and everything. You got to love that so much. You love that so much that you don't mind.
I don't mind it. I kid you not. I can't remember the last time I've watched like a highlight kind of show, like a match of the day. Well, I used to love it back in the day, but because there's so much football games on now, I would immerse and just kind of watch a full game from the beginning to the end and just get like a tactical awareness. So when I do have my topical debates on my TikTok with my friends, I've got a little bit more know-how. So no, and I do enjoy it. I really do enjoy it.
So where I mean, because you study the game, you know the history of the game, but where are we at regarding football? Do you think it goes around in cycles, ups and downs, and or do you think we're peaking? Do you think the football's improving? Where are we at in levels measuring where football's at as a sport, as the performance, the style of play, all this kind of thing right now? Are you attracted to the football? Do you like what you're seeing right now? Are we peaking? Are players improving? Is there evolution with football? That's the question to you.
Yeah, so players are getting more physical. There's a more of an athletic side of it. I'm surprised Saranda doesn't really. I do get that long. Her name is Rio and she dances on the sand. I do get that.
Yes, why is United?
But yeah, to go back to it, the game's a lot more physical. There's a lot more science in the game now, absolutely. So you are losing. And what was it? There was a clip of a game that I saw this morning, and it was like one of our old games, and it was in fact, no, sorry, it was Kenny Dalglish, and he was talking about a game
overlap.
And yes, that was it. Sorry, it was the overlap, and there was clips of old games from the 80s and whatnot, and it was just like clash. That's gone now. Because it's all to do with fine margins, and managers using laptops to say that they can only play a certain amount of minutes, etc. Bringing it back to Manchester United, Cunha has been saying that he's ready to play for the last 2 to 3 weeks, and due to science, he's not been allowed to play. So that's where I think that's the major difference at this moment in time. You do get the interviews from Wayne Rooney. Oh, I play injured for so many games. The studied tackle challenge from John Terry, and he carried on playing that game. So it has changed, and it does go in cycles, especially with in England in terms of dominance. You had Liverpool, then you had Arsenal, then you had us. Us, then Arsenal briefly, then Chelsea, then back to us, and now it's Man City. So it does go in cycles. Even I enjoy it. I do enjoy it because again, it's more engaging. There's more statistics behind it. So I can't say that I don't enjoy it. I do enjoy the statistical side of it. So when people talk about XG and whatnot, and people go, "Oh, you can't talk about XG," I actually like that side of the game. I find it interesting, and it helps with my FPL.
So what's the most attractive games? Because if you've got access to so much European football these days, is there a league besides the Premiership that you actually say, I must watch these games? I remember maybe 20, 25 years ago, Sky Sports used to show Spanish football. And this is after Channel 4 used to show Italian football when all the great players were there in the 90s and 80s. Sky Sports started showing Spanish football. And I was really amazed. It's the first time I used to really engage in Spanish football and think to myself, especially when Real Madrid and Barcelona were playing, it was amazing. The level of skill, it was just surpassing what I was seeing in the Premier League. So is there a league that you sort of favour besides the Premiership? And why do you favour this league?
So I actually like the Portuguese league. That's a little gem. And so my team at the moment, my Portuguese team is Porto. And that I literally only gravitationally happened because I went to Porto 2 seasons ago. I've always watched them, and obviously from Mourinho's UEFA Cup, and then he did the Champions League win in back-to-back seasons, and it kind of came from there. And obviously they've had gems like Deco. I love Deco as a player, so I'd always just gravitate to watching Porto, and I just think they've got a good contrast of dominant physical ability, because they don't have the ability on the pitch as good as the other leagues, so they do then revert back to physicality. You know, you will get the centre backs there that will put in a tackle. You know, Pepe, for example, he brought that to Real Madrid, that type of style of player, and that purely became from the fact that they had to do that in that league. But then up front, you still would get those technical players. So it was a very, very good contrast. Whereas now you've got in these high technical leagues, even your centre backs and your right backs and your left backs are very technical, but they kept it quite, you know, physical, and the back line in your Portuguese league. But then my guilty pleasure as well is Barcelona. And that does go back to what you just said in terms of when it used to be on Sky Sports, and I think the channel was called like Riva de Vista or something like that. And you had that Sky Sports pundit guy, that Guillem Balaguer. That's it. Guillem Balaguer. And then just watching it from there, and obviously Messi coming onto the stage, Ronaldinho, it was incredible. So
do you think these leagues, you mentioned the Portuguese league, and there's 3-4 teams that traditionally win the league there. The same with the Spanish league, there's 3 or 4 teams that traditionally win. Do you think that's unfair, unbalanced there, where it's the same teams winning year in, year out? Do you think that's good for the game in those leagues? Does this make it less appealing in a way when you're dominating so much?
It is, but I think because of the difference between the three that do chop and change the sport in Benfica and Porto, it is unfair. I will go back to that, and it definitely is unfair. But because of that rivalry between the three, it is very chop and changing. So, you know, the current champions are Sporting. 2 seasons before that, it was Benfica. Porto are 7 games in now without a loss and conceded 1 goal. So it does chop and change in that league.
If you're a supporter of one of the lower leagues, let's not say Braga, but say I'm a Braga supporter, I'm never going to see my club win the league, because it just seems impossible. It's not going to happen. Whereas in the Premiership, we've had teams like Leicester. I mean, that was unprecedented, but you are capable of doing something special. With the funds, and you know, it's not restricted. There's a bit more balance, I think, with the Premier League. And we've heard Amran. Did you hear Amran's interview the other day with Owen Hargreaves?
Yes.
And he was talking about the contrast of the Premier League and coming here, and he realizes that every game is physical, and he needs to make adjustments. How did you find that? Do you think he's having a sort of rude awakening now to realization?
Yeah, and going back to that interview, he like you said, he made comments about, you know, my players are crazy, I don't know what to expect with them. And it was just like, and I was like, and that had been recorded. Weirdly, that was recorded prior to the Brentford game. So the timing of the fact that he said that, and that was actually released afterwards, it was quite, you know, he wasn't just using that as a scapegoat. He's not just said it off the back of the Brentford result. He said that going into the Brentford game. And he definitely, it's definitely shocked him. The culture, the way that players have behaved, it definitely has shocked him 100%. When we get back to back wins, I will be a lot older than what I am now.
There's the guy who's growing his hair, isn't he? Until we get 5 wins, I think, in a row. That he's going to be.
He's not even had chance to even look at his local barbers to even try and begin booking an appointment. Like,
I refuse. Is it October or November? We grow a moustache for the month. Is it?
Yeah.
Or is it November?
November.
Maybe we should set a challenge for the guys on the Man United agenda to grow something and see how that goes until we do something different. So Rio, you go to the games as well, don't you? I mean, how did you manage? How long have you been going to Man United, Old Trafford, and how do you manage to get tickets? And what's your experience like? I mean, is it always a thrill, even to this day, to walk into that stadium?
So I've actually, even though I'm 33 and I've been a United fan all my life, but I've only been going to United games for the last 10 years, to be honest with you. The opportunity to try and go to games wasn't really there for me. I don't know through my own reasons. I'm not too sure, but then obviously Vinny, who's obviously been part of the of the chat, part of the community. We've got a community called the Brummy Reds, and I think they do it across different cities. I kind of just get the coach. They've got tickets available, and it was kind of like, okay, a mate of mine is part of that. Rio, do you want to come to a game? So I think my first game was Manchester United versus Swansea. So when Swansea, what was it? It couldn't have been a Premier League game, but it was at Old Trafford. And yeah, I was took back, and I still get those moments. I still go there, and I'm still taken back by what the stadium is. Yeah, it does need a bit of work, and it has had a few paint jobs since I've been going. Only paint jobs, though. They've not sorted that roof out yet.
What's the best game of football, the most memorable game you've been to see at Old Trafford?
Has to be, and this is gonna sound really, really corny, but it was Ronaldo's return, the return game.
Leeds.
Yeah, the Newcastle. No, Newcastle. Okay. Yeah. The Newcastle game. Or it was Villarreal in the Champions League when he got the last minute winner. I'm a massive real Ronaldo fan, so it was just seeing him come back. I remember checking the team sheet like an hour and a half, and everyone was saying that Solskjaer's not going to start him. He's only just come. He's going to bed him in like some managers do. But no, he was like, nope, straight into the team. And then he got that goal in the first half. And it was incredible. That's what comes to mind. There's been loads of others, a lot of last minute goals. That's for certain over the last 5 years or so. And I stayed to the end. I will say that I always stay to the end. I never leave early. I never leave early.
Your coach is waiting for you. You're the last one.
That's mainly the reason. I have to wait for the coach anyway, so I can't get back to Birmingham anyway. So I might as well stay to the end.
Wise United fans saying here each year, I always wonder if it's worth renewing my season ticket after the way we are run or play.
Yeah, and it's a shame when you hear that, because everyone's entitled to do what they want to do. We're all loving supporters. We all value our own money. We can do what we want with it. So when it comes to a situation like that, it's sad because of the fact that the club are being run in a certain way that are making supporters feel this way. So, Wise United fan, I completely get it. I'm not a season ticket fan. Season ticket holder. I know the waiting list is very, very long. To try and become a season ticket holder. I think that list is getting shorter and shorter by the minute at this moment in time. So
we did ask you, Rio, about your favourite game, most memorable game, and you said Villarreal and obviously the return of Ronaldo and Newcastle. I think didn't Pogba get assists? Is that the game where Pogba got a few assists? Was that the one?
I think I know. Actually, it was Greenwood that took the shot, and it was Ronaldo that got the assist, and then Luke Shaw got the second assist for Ronaldo. Yeah.
So Wise United fans saying my favourite United League match is the one against City with the Rudy bicycle kick. Yeah, we see that at the start of the show. I love that goal. That's just amazing. And Stephanie saying here, Sunderland holds fond memories for me. My second game at Old Trafford, 3-2 United win almost 51 years ago. It's 1974. My gosh.
Oh, wow.
Old second division. Wow. Stephanie Griffiths. You're showing your age. You're really showing your age, man. That's crazy, isn't it? I mean, imagine that second division game all them years ago. Quickly, because what you do on TikTok, if you're on TikTok, go and follow Rio and Rio Says Football. But he really engages people with questions. You mentioned Ronaldo a minute ago, and I was watching YouTube earlier, and there was a little show on there, and a guy was reviewing Brazilian Ronaldo versus CR7. And basically, they asked all the footballers they asked, they said, who's better striker, Ronaldo, CR7, or Brazilian Ronaldo? And all the footballers they asked, all these top pros, said Brazilian Ronaldo. And then he went in depth and said, as to justify why Ronaldo, Man United Ronaldo, is a better player, he feels, But he judged it by Brazilian Ronaldo's best season when he's for Barcelona. And then they said in 2010-11 or 2011-12, Ronaldo scored 60 odd goals.
62, I think it was.
Yeah.
No, it might be 62 or 67. They're the two that come to mind.
Yeah, so just quickly on that, just summarise, who do you think is a better striker, because I've got the results in my head. I just remember what he said and with the review and with factual stuff. But just asking you, because obviously when someone captures your heart, don't they, as a player, and you love. This is why a lot of people say Brazilian Ronaldo. But who, if you had to pick 2 questions, who is the better player? And if you had to pick, and I know they both, well, Ronaldo had injuries, but who's the better player? Like, and if you had to pick one game with one player playing into the other, who would you pick? So Ronaldo versus Ronaldo. What's your take on it? Rio Says Football.
So I'd go the better player on pure footballing ability is R9 Ronaldo. He is the better player. What he could have been without the injuries would have been sensational. You know, he won Ballon d'Or, and then his stint at Barcelona, incredible. Then he went to Real Madrid, incredible. Incredible, just a top incredible player. So what could have been with him? But if you had to tell me now, if I had, you know, aliens were coming down from a different planet, and we had a football match, and we needed a striker to play up front for us right now, who would it be to play against these aliens? It would be Cristiano Ronaldo. Like, absolutely, as the striker. Wow. When he transitioned from us, won Ballon d'Or, changed his game, and knew and had the awareness and just the ability to change to go into a pure out-and-out goal scorer. Left foot, right foot, header, you know, back heels if he wanted to. He had the speed, he had the height, he had the pace, he had the strength. You know, and I don't know if that's what got mentioned in the video that you're talking about, but he could score all types of goals that R9 couldn't do that. You know, R9 was a better dribbler, but yeah, CR7 for me as a pure striker.
Questions for Rio. If you've got any questions for Rio, put them in the comments. Wise United fans saying here, Rio, who you pick as all-time midfielder then? Are you saying for Man United only, Wise United fan, or just...
I can answer it in both, yeah. So for United...
Give both. Give me a midfield 4 for Man United, or a midfield 3 all-time for you, and all-time no matter what club as well. Tell me about midfield, sort of players you like.
So for United, my favorite player of all time is probably Ronaldo, which is again biased, but it's probably Ronaldo. My favorite captain for United is probably my favorite midfielder for United is Roy Keane. Okay. So absolutely Roy Keane. So that's me growing up. That was my era. It was, you know, Beckham, Roy Keane, Paul Scholes, Giggs. That was my midfield 4 growing up. That's the team that I remember. Like boom, 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 boom. I think my favorite midfielder of all time is probably Frank Lampard.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. But it's not probably. It is Frank Lampard.
Why are you picking Frank? No one seems to like him.
So I just think I love what he does in terms of he's a midfielder, but again, when I like to play the game, I like to score goals and I like to play midfield. And I've always kind of treated myself as that type of player, pure goal scorer as a midfielder. Like Chelsea's still all-time top goal scorer. I think it's incredible to be that from a midfield position. And obviously he was a second striker and he gets compared to Gerrard and Scholes. For me, he just about edges that debate over Gerrard. And I know that's one of those, you can't be saying that.
What about Scholes? Because you're going to upset a few people here. Are you edging Lampard over Scholes as well then?
I'm probably on the wrong channel to answer that question.
Yeah. Guys, give him a boo in the chat if you don't mind. I'm going to ask you again, Rio. Are you saying that Lampard is better than Scholes?
I am saying Lampard is better than Scholes. Oh, no.
All right, you heard it here first. Here's Steffi Griffiths is a woman of my own heart. There you go. Brian Robson for me, the best midfielder that I've seen in my generation. But obviously Bobby Charlton and Duncan Edwards, guys like that. And obviously, Poach saying, Rio, you're a United fan. You take Lampard on Scholes. See, there you go. Rio out. There you go. I knew that was coming. All right, talk about Ronaldo. You talk about Ronaldo, and he's your favorite Man United player. And what a player he is. Obviously, Ballon d'Ors, and he's gone on to such success. I didn't see it happening. He's no longer with the club. And we're going to talk about other players as well who are no longer with the club. that we're seeing perform. Obviously, we're sitting here watching European football. We're not watching Emmerdale Farm, or if that's still on, I don't know, Crossroads, Coronation Street. We're watching European football this week, and we've seen quite a few performances, haven't we, from ex-Man United academy players. And I'm just going to name a few, just give you 30 seconds on each. Just talk about, would you still want them? Were we wrong to let them go? And are you happy to see them performing? Have they made the right choice for the right club? Because we have let a lot go. I'm just going to pull them up now. Let's start with, let's have a look here. Scott McTominay. Just tell me where he's at and what he's doing. And do we miss him?
We do miss him. We do miss him. Was we right to let him go at the time? Probably, because of the system. Again, it goes back to the system. A lot of these players that you're probably going to bring up have kind of fallen by the wayside due to the system. But it doesn't help any argument when he leaves and then becomes the Serie A Player of the Year. So he's always had that in him. And again, going back to my times at United, there was a few times that I was there in the stadium and I'd end up leaving happy because he scored a late winner, and he had that in him. Like, he absolutely had that in him. And we profiled him wrong. We absolutely profiled him wrong in the United team.
You go to games. I mean, the feeling that I always got there, Rio, is that players didn't rate him. You ask Mr. B, you only have to speak to Mr. B about that. Mr. B is like saying he's trash, basically. But now we're seeing that he can perform, and it's like you're going to miss someone when they're gone. When he was at the club, as much as the hard work he did and the graft, everything, we've never appreciated. So, I mean, do you feel like he's only getting appreciated now he's left and seeing what he's doing? And are you happy for him? And do you think it was a big mistake for us to let him go? Just fine on that one.
No, I'll be completely blunt with you. It weren't a mistake to let him go because something had to give, and it just wasn't working. It wasn't working. We've done it with loads of players. You know, we are like that as a fan base. It can happen. We can heckle, we can hound the player out the door, and it can happen. You know, but majority of the time it can leave on good terms. But because of the amount of bad performances he did put in, which he did, you know, and he is a very average player. Don't get me wrong. I am not saying he's a world-class player. He's an average player being put into a system where he's just had to be told to simplify the game, just simplify your game and bring him closer to goal, not having him playing deep. So for us, it was the right thing to do to let him go.
Okay. So Rhea saying McTominay was the right thing to do. He's now performing with De Bruyne and winning trophies out in Napoli. Why is the United fans saying here McTominay was a good sub? He would score late goals and save our skins as well. Next one for you. I'm just going to do a little read up because I've got a little write up here. It's Alvaro Carreras. Obviously, Alvaro, the left back. Surprisingly let go in January 2024, signing on loan for Benfica with an option to make the deal permanent. Despite Erik ten Hag having to deal with injury crisis at left back, highly rated at youth level, Alvaro has given immediate proven missteps with him flying at Benfica, and obviously now, crucially, he's back with the buyback clause in the deal. We didn't go for him, and it's likely he's at Real Madrid now, isn't he, performing out there? How do you feel about that? Because obviously that was under Ten Hag. Let's talk about him as a left back and performer. We're seeing him now. Obviously, he was playing Champions League football the other day. What's your thoughts on Alvaro?
Ten Hag's an idiot.
Okay.
Ten Hag's an absolute idiot. Quality player. He is playing as the left back for Real Madrid now, even though they're in a transitional phase at this moment in time with Xabi Alonso. But we were playing Dalot at left back in games where we could have been playing him, or we could have recorded him back. So yeah, to put it bluntly, that was a big mistake in all shapes and sizes. It doesn't matter how you make it look. Ten Hag's an idiot, a fool for that.
So you're saying he was ready at that time?
Ready.
He was ready, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Ready, especially the fact that we're playing Dalot left back. He was definitely ready. Definitely.
What do you think happened then? And is it because we can't gauge how good a player is, or Do you think there was other issues? You know, we've seen Pogba leave and Angel Gomez leave because they say they want first team football, they want them demanding more. Was there? Do you think there was a pathway for him to get into the first team, and he just decided to jump ship?
Again, because of the age, it was hard to maybe integrate a player like that into the team. And Ten Hag was just going with his tried and trusted Delo at that time, and ultimately, too many mistakes cost him his job when he could have maybe took a gamble on a player like that, and it might have helped. So yeah, timing was a timing issue. But at the same time, I think he had it in him to be a player for us, and it's proven that now. The price tag proves that as well.
So Stephanie Griffiths is saying here, sentimentality with Shaw has cost us dearly. Good. But as a manager, it's a results game. You can't. How can you trust a youth player when you need results?
Yeah.
I get that. Patrick Pillow saying after Alvara's excellent loan at Preston North End, he should have at least been given a chance. He never got that. That's true. And then we had an opportunity with the buyback as well. So that's a bit of bad management there, not to sort of at least bring him back and sort of give him an opportunity. Because now he plays for Real Madrid. I mean, can you believe that? It's crazy. All right, next player. You're going to like this one. Pellistri, because it's not all bad news. Pellistri, what do you think about him? He spent 3 years at Man United and then had 2 separate loan spells as well. Went to Alvarez as well in the Spanish league. Uruguayan international as well. But he didn't really get many games for us. And then in the end, I think, you know what, Rio, you'll be on my quiz team if you can tell me where he's playing now.
I was actually going to ask you that one. That one's kind of.
I don't actually know.
Off the radar. That one's
Pellistri, yeah. Where's Pellistri? Guys, Andrew Williams in the house. Let us know. Where's Pellistri playing now? So what do you think about Pellistri? I mean, surely you're not going to say that was a big mistake to let him go.
It was weird because he was in and around the first team for the longest of time, wasn't he? And he wasn't he was there. And I feel like every time he got the opportunity, there you go, Panathinaikos. Thank you. It felt like every time he got the opportunity, he put in a 6 to 9 performance every time. I can't remember him having a really bad game. Physicality, that was an issue at the time. I think he does fall under that bracket of, a results business, needed the opportunity, needed players to play, proven players. So I think he fell into that. But yeah, maybe one that got away. No, I think it was right to let him go. I think it's just a weird situation. He didn't get the full opportunity that he probably deserved.
Just shows you we're not here to bash the management of the club. There's some players that we regret maybe, and Pellistri is probably a right decision to let him go. Here's one for you. Now, this is going to be controversial. You know I'm going to talk about now, don't you?
Oh, God. Go on.
Playing at Marseille now, Champions League football. Smashed it last season.
Yep.
Scoring loads of goals. Obviously, it's the Mason Greenwood situation. Now, let's just talk football.
Of course.
No, we can't. We have to. It's obviously the management. Do you agree with the way things went and how we went about things? Would you still like him at the club, football-wise? I know. I'm sorry. You don't have to be controversial or anything, but we're talking about players academy players that we are playing now because we're watching them in Europe and we're seeing Mason Greenwood perform in the Champions League. Just your thoughts on that. You don't have to be controversial, but just on the football level.
He's, despite what's happened, you cannot excuse the talent. The talent on the pitch is there. He is a quality player. Yeah. He took 2 years out the game pretty much, came back and became the French Ligue 1 top goal scorer. People don't mention that. He was top goal scorer. So, and he's still doing it now. He's still doing it now. In terms of what the club did, it was the right thing. And obviously, it was a weird situation, wasn't it? There was nothing really you can do. You can't condone it. He had to go. But I think the talent was always going to shine through, and he was always going to be a top player. Absolutely. What do you think?
Do you remember the season? It was him, Martial, and Rashford who played the front three under Ole Solskjaer, and they all got double figures. And that was his introduction. Obviously, he was highly touted in youth. I've never seen a player. Well, I'm boasting up now, but he was so two-footed. He could shoot
I
with his
know.
left or right. It's just you don't see that, and balance as well with it. It doesn't give me the left foot and pass my left foot? It's concentration. Or shooting my left foot, I have to concentrate. It doesn't look right. He just looks natural, both feet. And the only thing is, Andrew saying it overrated as a player and shithead as a man. Yeah, we can go with that. We're talking football now. He's doing well, but he's at a good club now for his progression with a good manager. Previous last season, he needs to be checked. He needs to be put in his place a little bit. And it was a humbling experience for him. I still think there's whispers about he's not applying himself correctly, and there's some issues like that. I'm hearing from Marseille and the management there. So I'm interested to watch his progression.
Yeah.
But I do think, like you said, is a top talent, and I think he was destined to be in our first team for a number of years. A bit like how Rashford remained in the first team for a number of years. He was that good. So that's Mason Greenwood. I'm just going to touch on this one, Elanga, because Andrew Williams brought this up. He's had a good few moves since he left United, and it's one of the ones a bit like McTominay, where we didn't think he was good enough. I think that was a general perspective from the fan base. What's your thoughts on Elanga?
I liked him. I thought he was good, especially I think he got a lot of game time on Rangnick, I believe, during that little stint that Rangnick had with us. Again, another player that you don't need to overcoach. You don't need to tell him to do a lot of stuff in the team. And now he's gone on to Newcastle. Good transfer fee there. He was decent at Nottingham Forest. I think that was a mistake. I do believe that. Yeah, I think we should have held on to him. Especially in terms of the players that we retained and we let him go. Again, I think he's a top quality player. I don't know. I had it down that he might not do well for Newcastle, but we'll have to see. I didn't think Newcastle will have a good season in general, but they had a good performance yesterday. Decent performance against Arsenal. They were unlucky to lose that game. I think under the right system, again, he's a top player. You rated Elanga, didn't you? Or was you not an Elanga fan?
I remember. Do you remember the goal he scored for against Atletico Madrid in the away?
Away. Yep.
That was special. I think. I just think what I've seen from him since he's left, his work rate. He's a top sprinter as well. He could, run
even
under 11 seconds. I'm sure, rapid, and I think that gives him something extra that no other footballer has. And I think when you look at it, pace kills, and in the Premier League, and we've seen what he's done for Forest. He scored against us, didn't he? And I've seen we were talking about the absence of European football. We've been watching these guys midweek, haven't we? All these ex-Man United players, academy players. I watched Newcastle, and he was doing a good job the other day. He came on, he was terrorizing people because the pace, no matter who you're playing against, I think it's Barcelona, doesn't matter who you are, the pace kills, and he's still got that about him. So until he's got another 5, 10, 15 years with rapid pace, he's going to hurt a lot of teams. And I like his work ethic. Yeah. And he did say when I've heard an interview from him say that he really appreciated Bruno when he was at the club. Bruno really, this is what I'm saying, people disrespect Bruno, but he said Bruno really helped him as a player coming up, guided him, gave him good advice as a leader, as a captain, and that was thing. So just a few comments here on Elanga. This is a good one. Wise United fan saying big mistake selling Elanga. Did we think that at the time? Come on, be honest, guys. Did you say that at the time? That's my question. Elanga didn't look good enough, says Andrew Williams. We didn't see it. I thought he was going to be a good squad player, and he surprised me, says Andrew. Bath Time rated him. And here's a good one about Elanga from Potter. Said Elanga didn't play for us in my opinion. He didn't bring much out of his locker on the pitch. Lots of mistakes, bad
He was
touches.
very raw.
I was surprised to see him play so well for Forest. There you go. That's honest assessment. I like that. Danny Welbeck could still be playing for us. What a top professional, says Stephanie. Welbeck class, record not great though. He doesn't score a lot of goals, does he? What's this? Is Elanga in the same school as
Ekitike?
I don't know. All right, let's go to another player because we're just talking about players that have left us. What about Willie Kalambwaya? What's his name again? The centre back, Willie.
Oh,
Kambwala.
Yeah, Yeah. To be honest, I'm not too sure. Is he no longer with us then? Was he let go?
He's gone to Seville, I think.
Okay.
I think he's not. I don't think he's at the club anymore.
Okay.
This guy. That's right. How do you pronounce that?
Cambuala.
Cambuala. He went to Spain. Here we go.
Because he got a little stint at the end, didn't he? Under Ten Hag, I believe. I think he was playing under Ten Hag. Yeah. Okay.
What's your thoughts on that then with Willie? Let's call him Willie. I
can't well, I remember getting a few stints at the end of the Ten Hag era. So, to be honest, the fact that I don't really remember that him leaving, it probably wasn't too much of a big mistake in my eyes, to be honest. Like I see a lot more in Aiden Heaven, for example. I know we got him from somewhere else, but and I think at that time, I think it was cemented that it was Martinez and Maguire at that stage. So unless you wanted him to put Maguire on the bench, then I know you're.
So no issue with letting Willie go then.
No, Willie can go. Yeah, Willie can go.
I mean, on the market, how much do you think he's worth? How much would you pay for Willie? I'm joking. Let's move on. We've got Charlie McNeil. I know what the answer is there. Shola Sholatori. I know what the answer is there. Are we in agreement there?
In terms of
let them go.
That was a mistake, or that was fine. No. I think that's fine. I think let them go. If it gets to that point where it's a weird situation. It's like we're ruthless when it comes to youth, but so you know why waste your time? It sounds really, really horrible when you put it like that, but it is. They're not sprouting, they're not evolving, they're not turning from a Pikachu to a Raichu, they're not turning into a Charmeleon to a Charizard. You know that's not going to happen, so move them on now. And if they go on forth and prosper elsewhere, then so be it. But it wasn't the time. So yeah, I don't mind it. Get rid of youth players if the academy aren't seeing any progress with them.
Yeah. Will Fish, he's gone, left the club. I have no issue with that for me. I did see enough of him, didn't think he was good enough. And what about Hannibal playing for Burnley right now? Do you think any issue with him leaving?
Oh, I liked him. I don't know if it was because of the hair, and he gave me Pogba vibes, didn't he? Like, so there was a bit about him. I thought there was a player. I thought we was gonna hold on to him, and then it kind of just went nope, and he was just gone. And made that stupid mistake against Liverpool. Was it? No, not Liverpool.
He came on against Liverpool and got booked.
That was it.
Everyone's raving about that. That's the mentality we need,
Yeah, but he gave the penalty. I think he gave the penalty against them in the last minute.
And didn't he give a handball against when we played Burnley? He got.
I can't. Yeah. It might have been that one. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, just a few weeks ago, we played Burnley. Yeah. He put his hand out. I thought sure it was that game. James Garner, not the actor, but the footballer. Any issues with him letting him go?
At the time, no. But now he's playing for Everton, and he doesn't look too bad for Everton at this moment in time. So no, I think again another one. To be honest, again, not bashing the club. I think a lot of them they have got right, and you do let them go. You know, it's a ruthless, barbaric game when it comes to this situation, and we are not in that position where we can be letting players kind of take up minutes on our pitch trying to develop. If we're a successful team, you can start bedding in players and they've got a structure around them, which that used to be the case for the previous batch, the 99, the 92, 99, the class of 99. You could integrate them into a team that was already like winning, basically.
Good one, Wise United fan. The actor James Garner, one of my favorite actors. He was in the Rockford Files, if you're old enough to remember that. And The Great Escape. I'm not sure about The Great Escape, but yeah, definitely Rockford Files. A lot of old Western movies as well.
And James Garner made A Great Escape, that's for sure.
Yeah, good one. 16 million for Garner, about fair. Yeah, not bad. We're talking.
Yeah, so when you word it like that, and we got 16 mil for him, that's not too bad. I think. And because that's another thing you have to think about is how much are we getting for these people that they're going.
Sure. So we didn't really touch on that, did we? I mean, when we was going through the players. But there you go. A lot of players left the club. Then we watched them play at a good level, and we wished them well. I mean, no hard feelings. Did you see Garnacho? We're going to talk about Garnacho quickly. Did you see he had an interview and he was asked about Man United, and he said he's got no bad feeling towards Man United because they tried to put it on. The question was, they tried to get enough out of him, Rio. They said to him something like along the lines of, "Oh yeah, how did you feel sitting on playing with the reserves or sitting on the sidelines or something like that, trying to get reaction?" And he handled that well. He showed a lot of maturity by not biting and not disrespecting Man United Football Club. But how do you feel about that? Did you think the money outweighed any sort of issues keeping him in the club?
Garnacho, no. I've said this from day that he'll be playing for Getafe in 2 years' time. So
wow.
I was happy to take a packet of Quavers, a box of Whatsits. I'm genuinely glad. And in terms of I don't wish injury on players, nothing like that. But in terms of performance on the pitch, I do not want him to have a single goal, assist, nothing like that for Chelsea. I don't wish him well. I wish him well at Getafe when he's there playing for them in 2 seasons' time.
You heard it here first.
Yeah.
So you think he's going to flop?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, wow.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. He come on the other day.
Yeah.
I don't know if he started in the cup game, and he took a shot and it just went. That commentary saying that scared away a few pigeons. Like it was a shocking shot. So no, I'm glad he's gone. I'm very glad he's gone.
Okay, that was the theme of the show. We were just talking about players that have left the club. Obviously, we're watching Champions League football and Europa League tonight and seeing all these ex-players and thinking, oh, God, do we miss them? Is our heart broken seeing them play for other club? But I think that was quite a balanced assessment there from you, Rio. I really like that. Thank you so much. Rio, obviously, I'm going to push some buttons now, Rio. Just quick questions. I'm going to throw away some questions for you. Guys, you got any questions for Rio? We're going to the hour, so we've got 13 minutes. I'm going to throw some questions at Rio and give me your answers in the comments as well. Rio, question for you.
I get that a lot, by the
way. Isak is rated, I mean, he went for 100 and something million from Newcastle to Liverpool. He's proven himself in the Premier League. He's probably one of the top 3 strikers, apparently, in the Premier League. But if you can remember far back, is he a better player than Andy Cole? Summarize and answer me that, please.
As a pure finisher, no.
I want a complete Rio says football summary on this one.
Yeah, so as a pure finisher, no. As a player overall, yes. I think Isak's one of the most complete footballers in world football. So I would say Isak is a better footballer than Andy Cole. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Rio, what would be the maximum price you pay for a decent keeper? That's from Wires United fan.
Ooh. Keepers nowadays, Kepa went to Chelsea for 72 million, I believe. So, and he's not a decent keeper. 50, 60 mil, I think, is probably the going rate for a keeper now. If you want success, but it'd be nice to see our new goalkeeper, to be able to give you a value and a measurement from that. If we see Lemons this weekend, I'll be able to say that's how much for a decent goalkeeper. Hopefully, I know how much not to pay for a keeper. If you're talking about Onana.
Who's the best player? I mean, we saw the Ballon d'Or recently with Dembele winning the Ballon d'Or, which tends to mean you're the best player in the world. But who would be your top 3 Ballon d'Ors for this current climate of football? Who's to you? You just mentioned Isak, saying you rate him highly. But who to you, like, it could be anyone. I just think goalkeepers, defenders don't really get their dues a lot of the time. But who would you name as elite, top world-class players at the moment? 5. Name 5 truly world, extreme, head and shoulders above everyone else, class players in world football today.
So I would go, one that comes to mind as my number 1 right now, and if he carries on, he should be winning Ballon d'Or, is Pedri.
Pedri would be. Did you watch the PSG game yesterday?
Yeah.
He was munched, eaten alive. But yeah.
He had a bad game. Barcelona had a bad game. So did Yamal. Yamal had a bad game, but Yamal's in that top 5. Yamal is in that top 5.
So you get why Pedri? I mean, because that's a bit controversial for me. I wouldn't have put him in. I don't know enough about him.
So his ball retention it's incredible. You know, when they played Newcastle the other day, and you know, I've got a few friends that are Newcastle fans, but they don't really watch other football. They will watch Newcastle, which is fine, which is fair. And they watched that game, and they said they've never seen that kind of performance since the likes of Xavi and Iniesta.
Oh wow.
That ball retention. So he gives me, he's like a hybrid of that type of player for me. Steph just said it then, the robot, and we both said it at the beginning of the season. I love the fact that we can go back to this, where we said, this man, Erling Braut Haaland, don't sleep on Man City. This man still exists.
See the goal last night, Rio.
He's incredible. He's absolutely incredible. So he's top 5 for me.
So wait, who you got? So you got Pedri.
So Pedri, Lamine Yamal.
Just touch on Yamal. He's only 17. Was he 18 now? Something? Is he head and shoulders above the rest?
Yamal is the best player in world football. Okay. He's the best. So I know Dembele won the award.
Yeah.
But if you have to differentiate, Ballon d'Or is he had the best season. Dembele had the best season. Yamal is the best player. And yeah, he's so young, so he's gonna be winning the Ballon d'Or. If he stays fit, he'll win the Ballon d'Or. And then the top. What?
So let's go through this. So Pedri, Haaland, Stephanie, you're just ignoring Salah, are you? You're not going to say. So you said Pedri, Haaland,
Yamal. Yeah, Pedri, Haaland, Yamal.
These to qualify for this list, you have to be head and shoulders above the rest as a top player, wherever your position or whatever, wherever you play. You have to be a Ballon d'Or, a Rio Says Football Ballon d'Or.
Mbappe,
okay.
Mbappe, and especially again, current form. I think he's already got 20 goals as well. Him, Kane, Haaland. What do I dare throw Kane in that? I feel like I'm going.
You got one more because you've got Mbappe, Haaland, Pedri, Yamal, and one more.
You know what? And this is one I get a lot of kind of controversial takes for, and I'm gonna stick with it because I've been saying it all season. Caicedo for Chelsea.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
What? Yeah. Just touch on, because you didn't talk about Yamal and Caicedo. Just tell me why they're in your list then. Is he head and shoulders above the others?
So Caicedo, in terms of the position he needs to do on the field, holding midfielder, DM, he's just incredible. He's a bit of a throwback. He will put in a challenge, but then he's still got the ability to ping a ball from left to right. He's got a long shot in him. He's incredible. And then and going back to Yamal, Ballon d'Or, future Ballon d'Or winner. I think he'll win it this season if he doesn't get an injury. The universe will be giving him the Ballon d'Or. Like, it just needs to happen. Like, because if he carries on the trajectory that he's going on, there was a clip yesterday, even though again Barcelona were really bad, he did this dribble and he dribbled past 7 players, and it was again just he right now gets me off my seat.
Yeah,
similar to what Messi used to do.
Wow.
What about you? What about you? If you had to pick,
God, you put me on the spot.
Just one, at least, just one.
I think Virgil van Dijk, for me, as a centre back, watching him play, I think he's head and shoulders above most others. Rarely makes mistakes. Cool and calm. Rarely goes to ground. Reads the game well. Wins loads of headers. Commanding. Good captain. Leader of men. You take him out the side, I think there's going to be a big void there. That's what I mean about head and shoulders. There's no one like him, in my opinion. So Virgil van Dijk would be a shout. Goalkeeper-wise, I don't think there's any. I like Coulthard. I think he's good. Alisson's not bad. There's no one outstanding for me. But the left back from Paris, Nuno
Mendes. You know what? That's a brilliant shout. Yeah, that's an excellent, brilliant shout.
Just what I saw him do last season. This is why I say I like players that don't get special mention. So I can't think of a better left back than him at the moment. There was a guy who used to play for Bayern Munich, the Canadian guy, who was on fire.
Alphonso Davies.
Yeah, I don't know what's happened to him, but he's gone off the boil. But Nuno's got pace. He clamps down top players. I mean, Salah and Saka, whoever you put up against him, he will give you a run for your money. And it's very rare with the way football's designed these days. You get one-on-one situations. Defenders should be on disadvantage, but he seems to come out on top with a lot of these battles when it matters. So he's clutch, he doesn't choke. So I really rate him for that. I want to see, obviously, give him some time. So it'd be him as well. I have to give him Mbappe's dues because as much as I think, is he better than Henry? Is he better than R9? All these things. You have to give him credit. He's done a lot in his career. He scored a lot of goals in Real Madrid. He's got that sort of goal consistency, and he's a threat. I mean, his running power, and he scored a hat trick, I think, in the weekend for Real Madrid. So I have to put him in there. Haaland as well, just for being a beast. Even though I don't think it's just he's a lot of physicality.
He's not a technical gem. He just knows how to find the goal.
And the last one for me, who I just admire, obviously, the guy from he used to play for Wolves, plays midfield for PSG now, the Portuguese, Vitinha.
Oh, Vitinha. Yeah.
Vitinha. Even yesterday, you talked Pedri. Vitinha, maybe systems, I understand that, but he was controlling everything. What he did in the run to the Champions League, controlling games through him. Little guy, just buff, ticking it over. That goal they scored, there was a goal where it's replayed over and over again. I think it was in the final, actually, against Inter Milan, where he picked it up, dictating the play, and then just set up for someone to score. Just outstanding player. So that would be my 5. I think he's outstanding above the rest. I can't see anyone else at the moment. Obviously, I think back in the day, Busquets and Modric and Xavi and Scholes may be on par, if not better than him. But at the moment, he's my guy.
I love it. Fair enough.
Just go to a few comments here. Who you talking about here? Nobody went for who's that?
Oh, Kvaratskhelia.
Of course, yeah.
I can't pronounce. We call him Varadana. People used to be called Varadana at Napoli.
Georgian with Maradona,
yeah. So Varadana.
What do you think of him then?
He's a good player, but he needs to work on that end product. He's a very, very flashy throwback, skillful, very, very skillful, both-footed. But if he's in the same team as Dembele, and I think Dembele's like levels. So, I think that I think Dembele's overlooked also. Nobody works harder. Dembele's incredible, and that's why he got Ballon d'Or. I'm glad he got Ballon d'Or. To be fair, he was very emotional.
We've named 10 players, and we haven't named Dembele. Are we missing something here?
No, I said Dembele. Did I not say Dembele?
You didn't put Dembele in your list.
Oh gosh. Yeah. Oh gosh, the Ballon d'Or winner. Yeah, that's right. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Okay. I
don't agree. I don't think he's the best.
I think I went back to it. Sorry, because I said that the Ballon d'Or is the person who's had the best season. Yeah. But I don't think Dembele is the top 5. But based off last season and all the trophies PSG won, you had to go to him.
I was doing my best Ronnie Barker impression there, open all hours, when I was trying to say Dembele. Dembele, the best presser I've ever seen, says Andrew Williams. Mind Your Language says football, movies, and quiz. How you doing, man? And I value my.
I value that.
I spelled it wrong. Yeah. I thought you were making a joke.
There we go.
Out of the midfielders we sold over the last 2-3 years, which one would you have back to reinforce our spine? Good question. And the last question, we're going to sign out. Over to you, Rio.
In the last 2-3 years, which one would we have back to reinforce our spine? Oh, I need a bigger gap of years. Last 2 or 3 years to have back to reinforce our spine. The only one that comes to mind, and it's a bit more than 2 or 3 years ago, is probably, and it's not technically a DM, but Herrera. I'd have Herrera back, and the Herrera. I think he's the one that comes to mind, and the Herrera. I think
someone we would need right now to put things together.
Yeah, I think letting him go and the way we let him go was a bit of a crap situation. So yeah, absolutely, and the Herrera.
Okay, Rio, it's been a pleasure having you on. It's good. I hope you guys watch the show and get to know who we're dealing with here and what Rio's about and where his mindset is with regarding football. I've got a lot of insight into you there, Rio. Really good to ask you a lot of questions there. And I don't know if you're going to be around tomorrow. Word is there might not be a show tomorrow, but we'll try and fix something up for you guys because we need a preview, don't we? Can we have a quick preview between ourselves now? We're playing Sunderland, aren't we? what's your thoughts going into the game?
Oh, we got to think about Man United playing again. Oh.
Yeah.
No, you know what? I'm looking forward to it. Again, I'm gonna go a 2-1 Manchester United win. We've got to win. Surely, we've got to win. Surely, please. I hope. What about you? What about you, Yaba?
I just don't know anymore. I'm making predictions. Look, we're at home and we've done all right. We beat Burnley at home. We beat Chelsea at home. And we lost to Arsenal. I think we got to win. There's pressure now. We've got to beat them. They've just come up. We've got an abundance of players that they brought in. It's got to be a win. And but I would never put no money on it. I'm not a better man anyway, but I wouldn't touch this game because just don't know. You just don't know, do you, how things are going? Depends who's in goal. You mentioned this at the start of the show, Wise United fan. Is it time to put the Belgium mute in?
It has to be.
Yeah,
it has to be. It has to be. And Sunderland are 5th, by the way. Sunderland have started off really well.
Stop that.
So I might change my mind. Yeah, I might do that. 2-2. But
yeah,
then
2-2,
I'll be scoring 2 goals.
And I am Titanium is saying here we lose 1-0.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, you get one of those. All right, enough's enough. We're going to sign out now. Any last words from you, Rio, before we go?
No, just thank you. Yeah, no, you're gonna say thank you. Absolutely love that. Again, feel like I mentioned it before. Mastermind. Like, I hope that's the right theme song. I think it is.
Yeah, you're there.
Yeah. I felt like Mastermind, but yeah, no, like obviously it's been great over the last month or so. I've been part of the community, part of the channel. The regulars here, anyone new, thank you for bearing with me. I've really loved it. So thank you for having me, Yaba. Definitely.
I must say, I mean, everyone agrees. Rio is a great addition to the squad, doing a great job. Obviously, you can see him definitely on Friday nights, but we want to see more of you, Rio, throughout the week as well. 9:00. Come on, you can't be that busy, you know. Come on now.
Come on.
We got gaps to fill, and proper quality. And don't forget, you can catch Rio on TikTok as well, winding people up in the mornings. I often listen to you, bro.
I'll be on tomorrow morning, actually.
Are you on tomorrow? What time do you start?
So I'll be in, I think I'll be at 9 o'clock tomorrow, maybe going through my football predictions for the weekend, actually. So I do have my 2-1 United already locked in. Good.
Make sure you tune in. Yeah, you can find him on TikTok in the morning. Rio is an excellent ad. Cheers, says Patrick, and you too, Patrick. Bravo, Rio, says we United fan. Nigel says Andrew. Rio with a love heart from Stephanie Griffiths. Who's old enough to be our nan, talking about 1974. Good night, Iron Titanium. Good night. Thanks for having us. Breath of fresh air, indeed.
Thank you.
Well, thanks for the heart as well. And it's 2-2, says Chat Sports. Big up Chat Sports.
Desmond 2-2.
All right, we're signing out, guys. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow and make sure you press the like button. And remember, if you want to, after the show, if you go to the YouTube channel, you want to leave a comment, one of us will respond if you want to continue this conversation. We did ask for 5 best players in the world today. You heard mine, you heard Rio. If you want to add to that, put them in the YouTube comments after the show, and we will come and boo you or agree with you, depending on how you go with that. But from us, we're signing out. Thank you very much.
Take care.
Good night.
Glory, glory,